Welcome, I'm Harriet Agbenyi. Tonight, Directorate of State Services clamps down on the judiciary, arrests some judges over alleged corrupt practices and misconduct. Rivers State Governor Wike foils attempt by the DSS to arrest a judge in Port Harcourt, says action is ill-timed. The Nigerian Bar Association demands unconditional release of arrested judges and says Nigeria is not under military rule. And the death toll in the hurricane devastation in Haiti rises to almost 900.
And on business news, call heightens for agric education as government ramps up plans to diversify the economy.
And in sports news, Nigeria's Flamingos crash out of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Jordan without scoring a single goal.
Operatives of the Department of State Services, the DSS, and the police have embarked on an operation to arrest some judges in parts of the country, including Abuja and Port Harcourt. In Abuja, Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, the DSS picked two justices of the Supreme Court, Sylvester Nguta and Iyang Okoro, as well as Justice Adeni Ademola of the Federal High Court. Speaking with journalists in Abuja, an official of the department explained that the operation is in connection with allegations of corruption and misconduct by the judicial officers.
The Department of State Services in the past few days has embarked on a series of special sting operations involving some judges of the Supreme, Appeal, and High Courts. These operations were based on allegations of corruptions and other acts of professional misconduct by a few of the suspected judges. The service action is in line with its core mandate, as we have been monitoring the expensive and luxurious lifestyle of some of the judges, as well as complaints from the concerned public over judgment obtained fraudulently and on the basis of amounts of money paid. The judges involved were invited, upon which due diligence was exhibited and their premises searched. The searches have uncovered huge raw cash of various denominations, local and foreign currencies, with real estate worth several millions of naira, and documents affirming unholy acts by these judges. Meanwhile, some of them have made useful statements, while a few have declined, even with the glaring evidences that were found against them in terms of material cash, documents, and property recovered, pointing to their compromise. Summaries of these include naira 93,588,000, dollars 530,087 naira. I mean dollars. 500. Yes, 530 and $87. Pounds 25,970 pounds. Euro 5,680 euros. Meanwhile, preparations are ongoing to arraign them in a competent court of jurisdiction in line with the laws of the nation.
Meanwhile, in Rivers State, an attempt to arrest yet another judge was foiled by the state governor, Wike, who described the action by the security operatives as poorly timed. Although the judge's name has been withheld, he's said to reside at number 35 Forces Avenue, Port Harcourt. Our correspondent, Emmanuel Irei, reports.
Tension is in the air at number 35 Forces Avenue in the old government reservation area in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Security officials, some members of the Rivers State Executive Council, House of Assembly and party officials led by the Rivers State Governor are gathered here. Governor Wike says this is the aftermath of a failed attempt to arrest a High Court judge at what he describes as an ungodly hour.
So exactly 10 minutes after 1, we got here and we saw some security agencies and we said, what is going on? And they said that they were detailed to arrest a judge. And I said, it is never heard that by 1 a.m. after 1, you are here to arrest a judge. When you go as well, invite the judge. If you cannot read the judge, whoever the judge is, invite the judge to the chief judge. I said, okay, why not in the morning you invite the judge to come, whoever the judge is? And they insisted that by the order they have, that they are directed to pick the judge and bring the judge over.
The Commissioner of Police in the state appears not to be in the mood to talk. When he finally opens up, he says he's here as a peacemaker.
Came to resolve whatever is going on. I've told you privileged information. Go and interview the appropriate person and not me. I'm here as a peacemaker, please.
Although the identity of the judge in question is unknown for now, the exact intention of the security operatives regarding their action is also not clear. Emmanuel Irei, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, the Nigerian Bar Association, that's the NBA, is not taking the action of the DSS lightly. The association has asked the president to order the immediate release of the affected judges. The NBA president, Mr. Abubakar Mahmood, alongside 4 past presidents of the association, told journalists today that the action is unconstitutional, aimed at intimidating the judiciary and undermining its independence.
The influence of these activities are very, very disturbing. First of all, this is a very, very unique situation which we have never witnessed before, whereby armed masked men invade residences of serving justices of the courts of the land, including the highest court of the land. We consider this unconstitutional. We consider it a very blatant attempt to intimidate the judiciary, undermine the independence of the judiciary, and undermine the independence of the legal profession. The Nigerian Bar Association is very, very disturbed and very concerned about these events. This situation is unacceptable to the Nigerian Bar Association and is unacceptable to the legal profession. Nigeria is not under military rule, and we cannot accept this juxtaposed style of operations aimed clearly to intimidate the legal profession and to intimidate the Bar Association and to intimidate our judiciary. So having reviewed the circumstances and the unfolding events, I want to, on behalf of the Bar Association, make the following very clear and unequivocal demands. First, we demand the immediate unconditional release of all the judges abducted in the course of the last several hours. This release must be done immediately and without any conditions. 2, we demand that the Department of State Securities should limit itself to its statutory and constitutional responsibilities. It is not the responsibility of the Department of State Security to perform functions that are constitutionally and statutorily meant to be performed by police officers and other agencies of the state. therefore call on President Muhammad Buhari to immediately call all the state security agencies to order and to respect the rule of law and to respect due process. Any issues affecting judicial officers, there are established processes and procedures for handling this. And we demand that this constitutional role and the processes must be respected and obeyed.
NBA President Mr. Abubakar Mahmood. Well, the governor of Ekiti State, Mr. Ayodele Fayose, has also weighed in on the matter. He insists the DSS action portends danger to the current democracy. Governor Fayose believes the DSS has continued its Gestapo-style operations because of the silence of Nigerians.
Particularly worried over the involvement of Justice Walter Onoge in the invasion. And I hope this is not a plot to prevent his appointment as the next CJN just because he's from the South-South region. Nigerians should be reminded that I raised similar alarm when this same administration invaded the Akwa Ibom state government house and later the arrest and invasion of Ekiti State House of Assembly. And one wonders if upholding the rule of law by refusing to help the DSS to sustain its reign of impunity has now become a criminal offense for which judges must be harassed, intimidated in a Gestapo manner that we are seeing today. I therefore call on all Nigerians and the international community to rise in defense of our democracy.
Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose. In other news, lawyers to the former governor of Delta State, Mr. James Ibori, expect he's likely to appeal against his conviction in the UK on the grounds that the British police and lawyers involved in his case were corrupt. Mr. Ibori's lawyer, Ivan Krolik, told the Southwark Crown Court that the former governor is 95% certain to challenge his conviction in the Court of Appeal based on documents that have only recently been disclosed to the defense by the prosecution. He claims that documents show there had been widespread corruption followed by a cover-up that is still ongoing. The main allegation is that a police officer involved in the Ibori probe took payments for information in 2007 from a firm of private detectives working on Mr. Ibori's behalf. The police have, however, dismissed the claims, insisting that the allegation was thoroughly investigated and that no one was arrested or charged and no misconduct identified. About 6 pregnant women have been arrested by the Delta State Police Command after raiding a house in Okwe Community, Asaba, Oshimili South Local Government Area in Delta State. The arrest comes after a report by one Blessing Andase that her husband had connived with some people to take away her 2-week-old baby.
The rise in cases of baby factories in the nation have gradually added to the human rights issues bedeviling the country. The Nigerian police have in turn vowed to ensure that issues of child abuse and trafficking becomes a thing of the past. That's why these suspected members of a baby factory syndicate have been paraded at the state police headquarters in Delta State. They are accused of selling newborn babies after delivery. One victim, Blessing Aondosia, claimed that her baby was taken away from her by her husband after delivery.
She said that she went to a church conference from where they took him to a marriage, an arranged marriage. Because of frustration and difficulties, he returned home to meet the parents. The parents too, because they could not take responsibility, they decided to send him to a second marriage when he fell victim of this circumstance. that the said husband is the one who connived with those people to save the daughter.
Also, the police recorded another breakthrough in crime eradication after apprehending a 74-year-old man reported to have defiled a 14-year-old girl.
Now let those two, when they bring trouble, they come.
How many of them? Two of them. How many times did you sleep with?
One at once, the other one at 2 times.
In part 2, after the break, President Buhari challenges newly commissioned military officers on the fight against terrorism and militancy in the country. Please join us again.